Good morning. It is Tuesday, November 22nd. It's time for math. And I did a little riddle with you guys this morning. Thanks for coming in. I'm going to remind you that we have a math assignment due today, but it's the one that we worked on yesterday, 5.04. I noticed a lot of you had already submitted it. It's a quiz. If you have any problems with that, you can stay on and ask me when we go to play the game today. So today in math, instead of doing an assignment out of Florida Virtual, we're going to work on some Beaverton School District math, still having to do with decimals, which is what we've been working on for a long time. So I'm going to put into the chat what our goal is for today. If I can find my goals, here they are at the top. So today's goal is that I can create, compare, add and subtract decimals using my knowledge of place value. In other words, if I know the value of a digit in a number, I can strategically make a number that's bigger or smaller. I can add and subtract the numbers because I'm being careful that I'm adding and subtracting like numbers. So we'll talk about that a little bit more, but that's our goal for today. We are going to do a little warm up right now. So I'm going to share my screen with you. It's just a quick warm up. This warm up is about the value of a number. So let me see if I can find it. So here's 504. This is the assignment we were doing. Here is our little math talk this morning. So if this one flat piece, I'm sorry I don't have the manipulatives here, but I don't have them. If this one flat piece right here, a 10 by 10 grid, is worth $1, 100 pennies. How much would this big block be worth? How much would this be worth? And how much would this be worth? Do I have someone who's willing to start talking about what they think on that? Have a brave soul who's willing to unmute and chat a bit. What do you think? Kainoa, go ahead. Which one do you want to talk about? The big block, the little strip, or the single one?
The big block.
The big block. Okay. If this is $1, what's this worth?
100. I bet.
$100. You guys agree?
Oh wait, no, sorry. Because if it's $1 and
let's ask,
$10.
how many of these do you think are in this? Like, how many of these would you have to put together to make that?
10.
Eli? 10? Okay.
Yeah, $10.
Okay. I see another hand raised. Nora, you want to help?
Can I say it?
Yeah.
$10.
You think this would be $10? Kainoa,
Yeah.
do you agree with Nora? Nora, why would it be $10?
Because there's 10 of the $1 of the thing over there.
Guys, give me a thumbs up if you agree with Nora. You think she's right. Give me a thumbs down if you disagree. Liam, so why do you disagree? What do you think this is worth? You're muted, buddy. Not sure, but you just disagree?
I meant to agree.
Oh, you meant to agree. Okay. Well, Liam and Eli and Sasha, if this is $10, if this is $1 and this is $10, how much would this one be worth?
10 cents.
Amadi says 10 cents. Who agrees with them? Give me a thumbs up if you agree. So 10 cents. So that would be, if we count together, let's count with me. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 pennies, or 10 dimes, right? So this would be like a dime, 10 cents. Okay, if this one is $1 and this one is $10 and this one is 10 cents, what's this one worth?
1 cent.
1 cent. Do you agree, Luis? You agree, Halame? 1 cent. Good job, you guys. That was just a quick warm up to remember what we're working on in decimals. I'm going to stop my share for just a second. I've gone over the goal of today, which is we're going to work using our knowledge of place value with decimals. Now, if you can't remember and you don't have it open right now, I really recommend you take a minute and you open up a page with a decimal place value chart on it, so you can remember where the values are, the tenths, the hundredths, the thousandths. Remember that when we're in the decimals, they're almost the same as these numbers, but they have this THS attached. And here after the decimal point to the right of it, 1/10, 100th, 1,000th, okay? So that as you're playing the game, you can refer to the decimal place value chart if you need to. Okay. The other things I wanted to remind you about before we get started with this game is what you need to remember about decimals. So here's my first question to you that I'd like you to answer. As a reminder, when we're comparing numbers, if you look in the chat right now, it says this. You start with the most valuable place value, which is on is it on the left side of the number or the right side of the number when we're looking at the place value chart? Where's the more valuable number? I see Liam pointing like crazy. So if we have a number 127.34 thousandths, right? Is it going to be on this left side of the number that's the highest, or is it going to be on the right side? Where do we start comparing?
Your background's kind of messing it up.
Oh, sorry. I forgot about my turkeys. There we go. Thanks, Liam. Okay. Ah, there it is. So what do you think? The left side of the number or the right side of the number? Ah, come on, turkeys. What do you think? Liam, I saw you pointing. What side do you think is the big side? The left side, right? We start just like when we're dealing with whole numbers, we start with the thousands, then we compare the hundreds, then we compare the tenths, and then we compare the ones, because honestly, it doesn't matter how many ones there are if we have more thousands, right? Well, it's the same thing with the decimals, but it can be a little bit tricky because the way the names of the numbers go, the first one is tenths, and tenths are actually bigger than thousandths, right? Because remember that once we get to the right of the decimal, we're dividing it into that many pieces. So that first column, the tenths, it's only divided into 10 pieces, like taking a cake and cutting it into 10 pieces. You get a pretty big piece of cake. But if you take those 10 pieces and cut each one into 10 pieces, ooh, now we have hundredths. So that is a very small amount of cake. And if you take each one of those little hundredths and cut it into 10 pieces, oh my goodness, we have tiny, tiny slivers and crumbs of cake. So even though the number says thousandths, it's actually less than tenths and hundredths, right? So we still work the same direction in the number, but be careful with the titles because they can be tricky. The other thing I wanted to remind you of is that if I can find my goals at the start here, I had them written down. Well, I can't find them right now. That's weird. It must disappear. The other thing I wanted to remind you of as you're playing the game is to be very careful to keep it lined up. Remember that when we're adding and subtracting our decimals, we need to keep our decimals vertically lined up so that we can line up our tenths with our tenths, our hundredths with our hundredths, our thousandths with our thousandths. You're going to need a pencil and paper to play this game today, so make sure you've got that handy. Everybody grab a pencil and paper for me, please. Okay, doesn't look like anybody's moving, so I'm guessing you have those things handy. All right, let me share my screen and teach you the game. We're going to play this in partners today. It's a new game. So it's called High Roller. And in this game, you're going to play with a partner. The object of each round is to use 4 digits to create the greatest number possible. So we're going to start with comparing numbers. Each player takes a turn rolling the dice, and I actually came up with a faster way to play it, but we can do it this way too. And deciding where to record the digit on his or her place value chart. Players continue taking 3 more turns so that each player has written 4 digits. Once a digit is recorded, it cannot be changed. Compare the numbers. The player with the greatest number wins the round. Play 5 rounds, but we're going to change that. So for this game, please play only 4 rounds, and then I want you to add up all your big decimals to get a total for 4 rounds. Don't worry, I'm going to show you in a second. The player with the highest overall total wins the overall game. Please add by hand, use scratch paper. Then you can check your totals using a calculator. Good luck and happy place value. Think about and talk with your partner. What is your strategy for winning? So if you notice that you have a strategy that's working pretty well and that your partner maybe doesn't understand that strategy yet, please explain your strategy to your partner. It's really not all about winning. It's about learning. Okay. I gave you a link to, these boards have got a link to One Dice, but I think these are very difficult to use. You can use this if you want and take turns rolling dice one at a time, but the game goes a lot faster if you click on this roll 4, and it will take you to 4 dice. There we go. And then when you roll, you'll get your 4 dice. Okay, so I got 2, 3, 3, 5. Who can tell me what number you might make that would be the highest value? How would you arrange those? Where would you put the 5? On the left or the right? What do you think to make the biggest number? Amadi, go ahead.
The left.
The left. So 5332, if I were writing that number, I would write it 5.332. Let's go to our chart and see. I think I actually filled it in to show you how I would fill it in. So let's say I rolled these numbers first. This obviously wasn't a good job because I put the 3 here and I probably should have put it over here. But I got this number. Then my partner goes and they got this number. So they put the numbers. You don't have to do them in the order they're rolled. You can rearrange them. Then the next person goes, they got this number. Then this person goes. Each round, I'd like you to choose who won. So compare the decimals. This person got 6.341. This person got 5.462. Which one's bigger? The one on the left. So you're going to highlight that, put a little star by it. Then you go to the next round. This one won again. The third round. This person won this time because they had a 5 in the ones place and this person only had a 2. And the fourth round, this person, oh, I said this was the winner. Oh yeah, it was, with a 6 here. Now you're going to add it up. So you're going to start on the right side of the number adding up, because remember, if we need to bundle and carry, we need to be able to do that from the right to the left. So we start in the thousandths place. We add it up, 2, 4, 6, 7, put that there. Here we add 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. There's the 6, carry the 1. You're just going to have to remember it. 1 and 3 is 4, 8, 14, 19, put the 9 down, carry the 1 and add this up. So this person got a total of 17.967. Let's add this guy up. You guys help me, okay? Unmute. 2 and 1 and 1 and 2 is? Somebody say it. 2, 3, 4, 5.
6.
Yeah, 6. Okay, here we go. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. What am I going to put down here? Eli, I see you knowing it. Say it out loud, hun. If I got 12 in the hundreds place, what am I going to put below it? Nora, go ahead and just say it.
12.
Am I going to write 12?
Oh, wait, no, 2.
2, right? And I carry my 1, add it to the 4, that's 5. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Put my 3 down, carry my 1, add it to my 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. All right, who's my winner for the game? Player 1 or player 2? Who had the bigger number?
Player 2.
Player 2 is the winner. Hooray. You can highlight it if you want to show that person was the overall winner. Then you're going to clear things and play again. I don't think you're going to have enough time to play the variation, but if you did get done and you wanted to try a harder one, you can do it again with subtraction. We'll probably play this another day. Start with 10 points and take away the decimals. Again, I want you doing all your addition and subtraction on scratch paper so that you're doing the work yourself. All right. Any questions before I set up breakout rooms? All right. I've got to get you guys your, oh, I'm not signed in. Lovely. Let me sign in and give you your share. Here we go. Stop this, come into the meeting. And here, I want you guys to open this up. And then I'll tell you which slide to go on to. When I set up the breakout rooms, let's see, there are 9 of you in the meeting, 8 of you. So I guess we just need 4 breakout rooms. I'm going to make 5 because we do have a book club that starts up pretty quickly. I'm going to assign them and see what we've got.
Yeah.
Liam, Brianna, and Nora. Oh, it assigned you. I'm gonna switch you, exchange. Yeah,
But only 2 people are playing.
sorry.
Only 2 people are gonna be in each breakout room.
No, there's gonna be 4 people in breakout rooms, but I gotta get them set up right. I'm having a hard time getting them set up right. For some reason, it assigned one student to one room. Let's see here. Yeah, there we go. There. All right, so Bree is with Nora, Liam's with Amadi, Eli is with Kainoa. And then we have Amoy.
Don't want to play.
You don't want to play? Are you sure, Amadi? Okay, well, I'll
Yeah,
exchange you with Amoy, and you can just take a look at it if you want to, okay?
Okay.
Okay, and then Halame, right now I have you in a room, but you can just stay with me if you'd like to, okay? And you guys, if you have questions how to play, come back to me. So let's have room 2, we'll go to room 4. I know this is confusing. Oh, actually, let's have room 4 goes to room 4, room 5 goes to room 5. Room 2 can go to, slide 5. Room 2, you're gonna have to go to slide 6, okay? So room 2, you are Brianna and Nora, you're gonna go to slide 6. Amoy and Liam, you're gonna be on, oh, okay, just a second. Eli and Kainoa, you're gonna go to slide 4. Brianna and Nora, you're gonna go to slide 5, and Amoy and Liam, you're gonna go to slide 6. Is that okay? It's confusing, huh? Let me put it in the chat so you can be sure to know where to go. I should have just put your names on it, but I didn't know who was gonna come. So room 2, you're gonna go to slide 5. Room 3, you're gonna go to slide 6. And room 4, you're gonna go to slide 4. It works better when we can all go to the correct slides, but it's just not working that way today. All right, if you have a question, come back to me. Give it a try.